Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. We'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. Now this week we have a pretty good video for you guys. I think we have 3 first appearances, 3 honorable mentions, so 6 titles in all to go through. There's definitely some books in there worth picking up for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week ending April 19th, 2024. First up from DC Comics, Batman Superman World's Finest number 26. This features a possible first appearance of doom-mite, a combination of Doomsday and Mr. Mix. Now, like we always mention with possible first appearances, you do want to get confirmation that this here is indeed the first full appearance of this character before you pick this one here up. If this is not the first full appearance, then this is one you could definitely skip on. You know, like we always mention with the DC Comics, the characters they introduce into DC Comics, DC doesn't have the cinematic power that Marvel Disney has, so they can't really bring a lot of these new characters to the screen, whether it's a small screen or big screen, get a lot more eyes on the character and draw a lot more hype. So they really have to rely on the stories on these titles themselves to actually carry the character forward, make these characters more important in the future. And that's a big speculation with DC Comics. So this here does feature the possible first appearance of this new Doom-mite character. If this here is confirmed to be the first full appearance, this may be worth picking up the spec on. For the cover price, $3 or $4, may be worth adding to your collection for a spec. So definitely do a little bit more homework on this before you pick it up. If it is the confirmed first appearance, it may be worth specking on. Otherwise, you could skip on this one. Next up from DC Comics, Batman Off-World number 4. This features the first appearance of the Thanagarian, a bounty hunter. Now this here is one we've actually highlighted maybe twice on this channel. For some reason this title keeps getting pushed back. It's finally getting released today. So this here features the first appearance of this new Thanagarian, this bounty hunter character, into the Batman universe. The Batman franchise, probably the strongest and most heavily collected franchise for DC Comics. So whenever they introduce a new character into that universe, it's definitely worth taking a look at, maybe worth specking on. Like we just mentioned a moment ago, the DC Comics, when they introduce new characters, these are definitely speculative because you really don't know what DC has planned for these characters and if they can actually push them forward, make them important in the future, and make them a character collectors actually want to pick up and own. So this one here may be worth picking up for a spec. Like we always say, for $3 or $4, if these go big, you're sitting on a huge winner for a couple dollars. If they go nowhere, you're out $3 or $4. In our opinion, the risk is worth the reward. So this is probably worth picking up for a spec. Grab it if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. And finally, for Marvel Comics, Giant Size Hulk number 1. This features the first appearance of Patchwork Jack. Now, like we always mention with Marvel titles, it's typically worth picking up the first appearance of new characters in Marvel titles. Marvel Disney is still churning out a ton of media for the small screen and big screen. You really don't know where any of these characters they're introducing in comics may end up. If they hit the screen, collectors do race back and try to find these books on the secondary market. So these are definitely books you want to pick up for the cover price. So grab this one here for your collection if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. And now for the honorable mentions. From Boom Comics, Blow Away number 1. A wildlife photographer, isolated in the remote cold of Baffin Island, believes she witnessed a murder, and in her pursuit of the truth, she begins to realize more than the silent white of winter is keeping her company. Now, like we always mention with these small press and indie publishers, if these titles get optioned for small screen and big screen projects, that's a huge price driver for these books. They really don't even have to make it to the screen. As long as they're just option, collectors do race back to the secondary market and try to find these. And this one here does sound like it lends itself very well to a small screen, big screen project, and Boom Comics has had a lot of their titles picked up in option in the past. So this here will be speculative if you choose to pick it up, because you are specking on this getting picked up in option, getting a lot more eyes on this particular title, and sending collectors back into the secondary market to find this book. In our opinion, these are great specs. Pick this up for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list, but keep an eye on this one. Next up from IDW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 150. Now this here is the final issue of this title run. Now we usually don't highlight the final issues of title runs because all they do is reboot the title and then you start off again with the premiere issue, and those are typically the books you also want to pick up. But this one here, because this title run has gone for so long, and this here is issue number 150 of this run, this may be worth picking up. For $3 or $4, you're sitting on a huge winner here if this goes somewhere. If it goes nowhere, you're out $3 or $4, but you still have a really cool issue here to have in your collection. This here is the last issue of this title run. So in our opinion, this one here is worth picking up. Grab this one here for your collection. And finally, from Marvel Comics, Ultimate Black Panther number 3. This issue features the introduction of Ultimate Killmonger and Ultimate Storm. If you guys haven't been following the Ultimate series, hugely popular with fans and collectors, this has been a home run for Marvel Comics. This here series is definitely one you want to keep your eye on. Ultimate Black Panther number 1. That was a big book. A lot of collectors missed out on that one, are racing back to the secondary market and drove prices way up on that book. This here is issue number 3. This does feature the introduction of Ultimate Killmonger and Ultimate Storm. In our opinion, this is a book you definitely want to own in your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. So there you have the 6 titles we have for you guys this week. There's definitely some books in there worth picking up for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. As always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.